Tehillim 90. Yahuwah, you have been our refuge in all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you had brought forth the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, you are El. You turn man back to dust and say, Return, O children of men. For 1,000 years in your eyes are like yesterday that has passed, or like a watch in the night. You have swept them away, they are as asleep. Like grass that springs up in the morning. In the morning it flourishes and springs up. At evening it is cut down and withered. For we have been consumed by your displeasure, and by your wrath we are alarmed. You have set our crookednesses before you, our secret sin in the light of your face. For all our days have passed away in your wrath. We spend our years like a whisper. The days of our lives are 70 years, or if due to strength, 80 years. Yet the best of them is but toil and exertion. For it is soon cut off, and we fly away. Who knows the power of your displeasure, and your wrath according to the fear of you? Teach us to number our days, and let us bring the heart to wisdom. Return, O Yahuwah, how long? And be sorry for your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your kindness, and let us sing for joy all our days. Give us joy according to the days you have afflicted us, the years we have seen evil. Reveal your work to your servants, and your splendor to their children. And let the pleasantness of Yahuwah our Elohim be upon us, and confirm the work of our hands for us. O confirm the work of our hands. Tehillim 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High, who abides under the shadow of the Almighty. He is saying of Yahuwah, my refuge and my stronghold, my Elohim in whom I trust. For he delivers you from the snare of a trapper, from the destructive pestilence. He covers you with his feathers, and under his wings you take refuge. His truth is a shield and armor. You are not afraid of the dread by night, of the arrow that flies by day, of the pestilence that walks in darkness, of destruction that ravishes at midday. 1,000 fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it does not come near you. Only with your eyes you look on, and see the reward of the wrong ones, because you have made Yahuwah, my refuge, the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil befalls you, and a plague does not come near your tent. For he commands his messengers concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They bear you up in their hands, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You tread upon lion and cobra, young lion and serpent you trample underfoot. Because he cleaves to me in love, therefore I deliver him. I set him on high, because he has known my name. When he calls on me, I answer him. I am with him in distress. I deliver him and esteem him. With long life I satisfy him and show him my deliverance. Tehillim 92. It is good to give thanks to Yahuwah, and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your kindness in the morning, and your trustworthiness each night, on 10 strings and on the harp, to the sounding chords of the lyre. For you have made me rejoice with your work, O Yahuwah. I shout for joy at the works of your hands. O Yahuwah, how great are your works! Your thoughts are very deep. A senseless man does not know, and a fool does not understand this. when the wrong spring up like grass, and all the workers of wickedness blossom, it is for them to be destroyed forever. But you, Yahuwah, are on high forever. For look, your enemies, O Yahuwah, for look, your enemies do perish. All the workers of wickedness are scattered. But you lift up my horn like a wild ox. I have been anointed with fresh oil, and my eye looks upon my enemies. My ears hear the evildoers who rise up against me. The righteous one flourishes like a palm tree. He grows like a cedar in Lebanon. Those who are planted in the house of Yahuwah flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They still bear fruit in old age. They are fresh and green to declare that Yahuwah is straight, my rock, and in him is no unrighteousness. Tehillim 93. Yahuwah shall reign. He shall put on excellency. Yahuwah shall put on strength. He shall gird himself. Indeed, the world is established, immovable. Your throne is established from of old. You are from everlasting. Rivers shall lift up, O Yahuwah. Rivers shall lift up their voice. Rivers lift up their breakers. Yahuwah on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, the mighty breakers of the sea. Your witnesses have been very trustworthy. Set apartness befits your house, O Yahuwah, forever. Tehillim 94. O Yahuwah, El of vengeance, O El of vengeance, shine forth. Raise yourself up, O judge of the earth. Render punishment to the proud. Yahuwah, how long are the wrong? How long are the wrong going to exalt? They pour forth words. They speak arrogantly. All the workers of wickedness boast in themselves. They crush your people, O Yahuwah, and they afflict your inheritance. They slay the widow and the stranger, and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, Yah does not see, and the Elohim of Yaakov pays no heed. Take heed, you senseless among the people, and you fools. When would you become wise? He who planted the ear, does he not hear? He who formed the eye, does he not see? He who disciplines the nations, does he not reprove? The one teaching man knowledge? Yahuwah knows the thoughts of man, that they are but a breath. Blessed is the man you discipline, O Yah, and instruct out of your Torah, to give him rest from the days of evil, until the pit is dug for the wrong. For Yahuwah does not leave his people, nor does he forsake his inheritance. For right ruling returns man to righteousness, and all the upright in heart follow it. Who would rise up for me against evildoers? Who would stand up for me against workers of wickedness? If Yahuwah had not been my help, my being would soon have settled in silence. When I said, my foot has slipped, your kindness, O Yahuwah, supported me. When anxiety was great within me, your comforts delighted my being. Would a throne of destruction which devises trouble by decree be joined with you? They band together against the life of the righteous, and declare innocent blood wrong. But Yahuwah is my defense, and my Elohim the rock of my refuge, and brings back on them their own wickedness, and cuts them off in their own wrongdoing. Yahuwah our Elohim does cut them off. Tehillim 95. Come, let us sing to Yahuwah. Let us raise a shout to the rock of our deliverance. Let us come before his face with thanksgiving. Let us raise a shout to him in song. For Yahuwah is a great El, and a great sovereign above all mighty ones, in whose hand are the depths of the earth. The mountain peaks are his also. His is the sea, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down and bend low. Let us kneel before Yahuwah our Maker, for he is our Elohim, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you would hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as in Meribah, and as in the day of Massah in the wilderness, when your fathers tried me, have proved me, though they saw my work. For 40 years I was grieved with that generation, and said, they are a people who go astray in their hearts, and they do not know my ways, as I swore in my wrath, if they enter into my rest. Tehillim 96. Sing to Yahuwah a new song. Sing to Yahuwah all the earth. Sing to Yahuwah, bless his name. Proclaim his deliverance from day to day. Declare his esteem among the nations, his wonders among all peoples. For great is Yahuwah, and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all mighty ones. For all the mighty ones of the peoples are matters of naught. But Yahuwah made the heavens. Excellency and splendor are before him. Strength and comeliness are in his set-apart place. Ascribe to Yahuwah, O clans of the peoples. Ascribe to Yahuwah esteem and strength. Ascribe to Yahuwah the esteem of his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. Bow yourselves to Yahuwah in the splendor of set-apartness. Tremble before him, all the earth. Say among nations, Yahuwah shall reign. The world also is established immovable. He judges the peoples in straightness. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar, and all that fills it. Let the field exult, and all that is in it. Let all the trees of the forest then shout for joy at the presence of Yahuwah, for he shall come. For he shall come to judge the earth. He judges the world in righteousness, and the peoples with his truth. Tehillim 97. Yahuwah shall reign, the earth rejoices. Many owls are glad, clouds and darkness all around him. Righteousness and right ruling are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him, and burns up his adversaries round about. His lightnings shall light the world. The earth shall see and tremble. The mountains shall melt like wax before the face of Yahuwah, before the face of the Master of all the earth. The heavens shall declare his righteousness, and all the people shall see his esteem. All are put to shame who serve carved images, those boasting of matters of naught. Bow yourselves to him, all you mighty ones. Zion shall hear and be glad, and the daughters of Yehudah rejoice because of your right rulings, O Yahuwah. For you, Yahuwah, are the most high over all the earth. You shall be greatly exalted over all mighty ones. You who love Yahuwah hate evil. He guards the lives of his kind ones. He delivers them out of the hand of the wrong. Light is sown for the righteous, and gladness for the upright in heart. Rejoice in Yahuwah, you righteous, and give thanks at the remembrance of his set apartness. Tehillim 98. Sing to Yahuwah a new song, for he has done wonders. His right hand and his set-apart arm have brought him deliverance. Yahuwah has made known his deliverance. His righteousness he has openly shown. Before the eyes of the nations, he has remembered his kindness and his trustworthiness to the house of Yisrael. All the ends of the earth have seen the deliverance of our Elohim. Raise a shout to Yahuwah, all the earth. Break forth in song. Rejoice and sing praises. Sing to Yahuwah with the lyre and the voice of a song, with trumpets and the sound of a horn. Raise a shout before Yahuwah the sovereign. Let the sea roar and all that fills it, the world and those who dwell in it. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing together for joy before Yahuwah. For he shall come to judge the earth. He judges the world in righteousness and the people in straightness. Tehillim 99. Yahuwah shall reign. Peoples tremble. He is enthroned on the cherubim. The earth shakes. Yahuwah is great in Zion, and he is high above all the peoples. They praise your name, great and awesome. It is set apart, and the strength of the sovereign shall love right ruling. You yourself shall establish straightness. You shall execute right ruling and righteousness in Yaakov. Exalt Yahuwah our Elohim, and bow yourselves at his footstool. He is set apart. Moshe and Aaron were among his priests, and Shemuel was among those calling upon his name. They called upon Yahuwah, and he answered them. He spoke to them in the column of cloud. They guarded his witnesses and the law he gave them. You answered them, O Yahuwah our Elohim. You were a forgiven El to them, though you took vengeance on their deeds. Exalt Yahuwah our Elohim, and bow down towards his set-apart mountain, for Yahuwah our Elohim is set apart. Tehillim 100. Raise a shout for Yahuwah, all the earth. Serve Yahuwah with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know that Yahuwah he is Elohim. He has made us, and we are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name, for Yahuwah is good. His kindness is everlasting, and his truth to all generations. Tehillim 101. I sing of kindness and right ruling. To you, O Yahuwah, I sing praises. I act wisely in a perfect way. When do you come to me? I walk in the midst of my house with a perfect heart. I set no matter of Belial before my eyes. I hate the work of those who fall away. It does not cleave to me. A perverse heart turns away from me. I do not know evil. Him who secretly slanders his neighbor I cut off. I do not tolerate one who has a haughty look and a proud heart. My eyes are on the trustworthy of the land to dwell with me. He who walks in a perfect way, he serves me. He who practices deceit does not dwell in my house. He who speaks lies does not stand in my presence. Each morning I uproot all the wrong of the land, to cut off all the workers of wickedness from the city of Yahuwah. Tehillim 102. O Yahuwah, hear my prayer and let my cry come to you. Do not hide your face from me in the day of my distress. Incline your ear to me and the day I call, answer me speedily. For my days are consumed like smoke, and my bones are burned like a hearth. My heart is stricken and withered like grass, for I have forgotten to eat my bread. Because of the sound of my sighing, my bones have cleaved to my flesh. I have been like a pelican of the wilderness. I have been like an owl of the desert. I have watched, and I am as a bird alone on the housetop. My enemies reproach me all day long. Those who rave against me have sworn against me, for I have eaten ashes like bread and mixed my drink with tears because of your displeasure and your wrath. For you have lifted me up and thrown me down. My days are like a shadow that lengthens, and I wither away like grass. But you, O Yahuwah, shall be enthroned forever, and the remembrance of you be to all generations. You yourself shall arise and have compassion on Zion. For the time to favor her, the appointed time has come. For your servants have been pleased with her stones, and they favor her dust. And the nations shall fear the name of Yahuwah, and all the sovereigns of the earth your esteem. For Yahuwah shall build up Zion, he shall appear in his esteem. He shall turn unto the prayer of the destitute, and he shall not despise their prayer. This is written for a generation to come, so that a people to be created praise Yah. For he looked down from the height of his set-apart place. From heaven Yahuwah viewed the earth, to hear the groaning of the prisoner, to release those appointed to death, to declare the name of Yahuwah in Zion, and his praise in Jerusalem. When peoples gather together and range to serve Yahuwah, he has humbled my strength in the way. He has shortened my days. I said, O my El, do not take me away in the midst of my days. Your years are throughout all generations. You did found the earth of old, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They shall perish, but you remain, and all of them grow old like a garment. You change them like a coat, and they are changed, but you are the same, and your years have no end. The sons of your servants continue, and their seed is established before you. Tehillim 103. Bless Yahuwah, O my being, and all that is within me. Bless his set-apart name. Bless Yahuwah, O my being, and do not forget all his dealings, who forgives all your crookednesses, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from destruction, who crowns you with kindness and compassion, who satisfies your desire with the good. Your youth is renewed like the eagles. Yahuwah is doing righteousness and right ruling for all the oppressed. He made known his ways to Moshe, his acts to the children of Israel. Yahuwah is compassionate and showing favor, patient and great in kindness. He does not always strive, nor maintain it forever. He has not done to us according to our sins, nor rewarded us according to our crookednesses. For as the heavens are high above the earth, so great is his kindness toward those who fear him. As far as east is from west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. As a father has compassion for his children, so Yahuwah has compassion for those who fear him. For he knows how we are made. He remembers that we are dust. A man's days are like grass. As a flower of the field, so he flourishes. For the wind blows over it, and it is no more, and its place no longer remembers it. But the kindness of Yahuwah is from everlasting to everlasting upon those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children, to those who guard his covenant, and to those who remember his orders to do them. Yahuwah has established his throne in the heavens, and his reign shall rule over all. Bless Yahuwah, you his messengers, mighty in power who do his word. Listen to the voice of his word. Bless Yahuwah, all you his hosts, you his servants who do his pleasure. Bless Yahuwah, all his works, and all places of his rule. Bless Yahuwah, O my being. Tehillim 104. Bless Yahuwah, O my being. O Yahuwah, my Elohim. You have been very great. You have put on excellency and splendor, covering yourself with light as with a garment, stretching out the heavens like a curtain. Who is laying the beams of his upper rooms in the waters? Who is making thick clouds his chariot? Who is walking on the wings of the wind, making his messengers the winds, his servants a flame of fire? He established the earth on its foundations, so that it would not totter forever. You covered it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At your rebuke they flee. At the voice of your thunder they hurry away. They go up the mountains, they go down the valleys, to the place which you founded for them. You did set a boundary. They do not pass over. They do not return to cover the earth. Who is sending the springs into the valleys? They flow among the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. Wild donkeys break their thirst. The birds of the heavens dwell beside them. They sing from between the branches, watering the hills from his upper rooms. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your works, causing the grass to grow for the cattle, and plants for the service of mankind, to bring forth food from the earth, and wine that makes glad the heart of man, oil to make the face shine, and bread which sustains man's heart. The trees of Yahuwah are satisfied, the cedars of Lebanon which he planted, where the birds do make nests. The stork has a home in the fir trees. The high hills are for wild goats. Rocks are a refuge for rock badgers. He made the moon for appointed times. The sun knows it's going down. You put darkness, and it is night. In it all the beasts of the forest creep. The young lions are roaring for prey, and seeking their food from El. The sun arises, they withdraw and lie down in their dens. Man goes out to his work and to his labor till evening. O Yahuwah, how many have been your works? You have made all of them in wisdom. The earth is filled with your possessions. There is the sea, great and wide, in which are innumerable swarms, living creatures small with great. There do ships go. That Leviathan which you made to play there, all of them wait for you, to give their food in due season. You give to them, they gather in. You open your hand, they are satisfied with good. You hide your face, they are alarmed. You take away their breath, they die, and return to their dust. You send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the earth. The esteem of Yahuwah is forever. Yahuwah rejoices in his works, who looks on the earth, and it trembles. He touches the mountains, and they smoke. I sing to Yahuwah as long as I live. I sing praise to my Elohim while I exist. My meditation on him is sweet. I rejoice in Yahuwah. Let sinners be consumed from the earth, and let the wrong be no more. Bless Yahuwah, O my being. Praise Yah. Tehillim 105. Give thanks to Yahuwah. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the peoples. Sing to him, sing praise to him. Speak of all his wonders. Make your boast in his set-apart name. Let the hearts rejoice of those seeking Yahuwah. Seek Yahuwah and his strength. Seek his face always. Remember his wonders which he has done, his miracles and the right rulings of his mouth. O seed of Abraham his servant, children of Jacob his chosen ones. He is Yahuwah our Elohim. His right rulings are in all the earth. He has remembered his covenant forever. The word he commanded for 1,000 generations, the covenant he made with Abraham and his oath to Ishak, and established it to Jacob for a law, to Israel an everlasting covenant, saying, to you I give the land of Canaan, the portion of your inheritance, when they were few in number, few indeed, and sojourners in it. And they went about from one nation to another, from one reign to another people. He allowed no one to oppress them, and he reproved sovereigns for their sakes, saying, do not touch my anointed ones, and do my prophets no evil. And he called for a scarcity of food in the land. He cut off all the supply of bread. He sent ahead of them a man, Joseph, sold as a slave. They afflicted his feet with shackles. His neck was put in irons. Until the time that his word came, the word of Yahuwah tried him. The sovereign sent and released him. The ruler of the people let him loose. He made him master of his house and ruler over all his possessions, to bind his chiefs at his pleasure, and to teach his elders wisdom. Then Israel came to Mizraim, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people, to conspire against his servants. He sent Moshe his servant, Aaron whom he had chosen. They set among them the matters of his signs and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness and made it dark, and they did not rebel against his word. He turned their waters into blood and killed their fish. Their land teemed with frogs. In the rooms of their sovereigns he spoke, and swarms of flies came, gnats in all their borders. He gave them hail for rain, a flaming fire in their land. And he smote their vines and their fig trees, and broke the trees of their borders. He spoke, and locusts came, and lava innumerable. And they devoured all the plants in their land, and they devoured the fruit of their ground. Then he smote all the firstborn in their land, the first fruit of all their strength, and brought them out with silver and gold, and among his tribes no one faltered. Mizraim was glad when they left, for the fear of them had fallen upon them. He spread a cloud for a covering, and fire to give light in the night. They asked, and he brought quail, and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. He opened the rock, and water gushed out. It ran in the dry places, a river. For he remembered his set-apart word to Abraham his servant. So he brought out his people with joy, his chosen ones with singing. And he gave to them the lands of the Gentiles, and they inherited the labor of peoples, in order that they might guard his laws and watch over his Torah. Praise Yah. Tehillim 106. Praise Yah. O give thanks to Yahuwah, for he is good, for his kindness is everlasting. Who does relate the mighty acts of Yahuwah, or declare all his praise? Blessed are those who guard right ruling, who do righteousness at all times. Remember me, O Yahuwah, in the acceptance of your people. Visit me with your deliverance, to see the good of your chosen ones, to rejoice in the gladness of your nation, to make my boast with your inheritance. We have sinned with our fathers. We have acted perversely. We have done wrong. Our fathers in Mizraim did not understand your wonders. They did not remember your many kindnesses, but rebelled by the sea of reeds. But he saved them for his name's sake, to make known his might. And he rebuked the sea of reeds, and it dried up. And he led them through the depths, through a wilderness, and he saved them from the hand of the hater, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. And waters covered their adversaries. Not one of them was left. Then they believed his words. They sang his praise. They soon forgot his works. They did not wait for his counsel, but greedily lusted in the wilderness and tried El in the desert. And he gave them their request, but sent leanness within their being, and they were jealous of Moshe in the camp, of Aaron the set apart one of Yahuwah. Then the earth opened up and swallowed Dathan, and covered the company of Abiram. And a fire burned in their company, a flame consumed the wrong. They made a calf in Horeb, and bowed down to a molded image. Thus they changed my esteem into the form of an ox that eats grass. They forgot El, their Savior, the doer of great deeds in Mizraim, of wonders in the land of Ham, of awesome deeds by the sea of reeds. Then he said that he would destroy them. Had not Moshe, his chosen one, stood before him in the breach to turn away his wrath from destroying them? They then despised the pleasant land. They did not believe his word, and they grumbled in their tents. They did not listen to the voice of Yahuwah. So he lifted up his hand in an oath against them, to make them fall in the wilderness, and to make their seed fall among the Gentiles, and to scatter them in the lands. And they joined themselves to Baal Peor, and ate slaughterings made to the dead. Thus they provoked him with their deeds, and the plague broke out among them. Then Phinehas stood up and intervened, and the plague was stopped. And that was reckoned to him for righteousness to all generations forever. And they provoked wrath at the waters of Meribah. And Moshe suffered on account of them, because they embittered his spirit. And he spoke rashly with his lips. They did not destroy the peoples as Yahuwah had commanded them, but mixed with the Gentiles, and learned their works, and served their idols, and they became a snare to them. And they slaughtered their sons and their daughters to demons. And they shed innocent blood, the blood of their sons and daughters, whom they offered to the idols of Canaan. And the land was defiled with blood, so they became unclean by their own works, and went whoring by their own deeds. And the wrath of Yahuwah burned against his people, and he loathed his own inheritance. Then he gave them into the hand of the Gentiles, and those who hated them ruled over them, and their enemies oppressed them, and they were humbled under their hand. Many times he delivered them, but they rebelled in their plans. So they were brought low for their crookedness. But he would look on their distress when he heard their cry, and remember his covenant for their sake, and relent according to the greatness of his kindness. And he would let them find compassion before all those holding them captive. Save us, O Yahuwah our Elohim, and gather us from among the Gentiles to give thanks to your set-apart name, to exalt in your praise. Blessed be Yahuwah Elohim of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. And all the people shall say, Amen. Praise Yah.